Hey everyone, it's Neil again from Mindcloud Acoustics, a little bit bluesy there, I thought. Anyway, I'm carrying on my little mini lesson series on minor, on the harmonic thirds. They're really beautiful. It took me years to figure out what was going on in them. I didn't really understand them. And then when the penny clicked, ooh, it was all awesome. So I apologise for those who've seen the previous lesson. If you haven't, go see it. Quickly run over the theory that when I do A, the last one I showed you D. This one I'm going to show you A, next one will be E. But it's similar concept, okay? But I would just want you to, best idea for me was just to practice over one chord till I get it. And then if you take all three together, sometimes your head bursts a little bit, yeah? So, oh, and apologies to anyone who I offended in that last joke. Anyone with no arms, no legs. I still think it was a funny joke, sorry. Anyway, so here we go. So, what we're doing, harmonic thirds are simply the first and the third. Oh no, theory. Simple theory, I promise. Right? First and thirds of the chord. So basically, what you might not know when you play a chord is you play the first, the root, and the third. The fifth, the root, and the third, sorry. Relative to what you're fingering in this A shape. So the lowest note is always in this A shape, and the D shape, and the E shape. The lowest note is always the fifth, middle one is always the first, and the highest note is always the third. So I take away the fifth, what am I left with? First and the third. Ta-da! Right, so go back and look at the other one to understand a better theory. But I'll do a quick run off. If you don't get it, please look at the other one. But basically what we're doing here, we're walking up the major scale, which as we know is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Yeah? And we also have to know that the chords in a sequence, the chords in a key would be, for example, A, D minor, because the second one would be minor, yeah, C sharp minor, yeah, D major, E major, F sharp minor, and then G sharp minor, but diminished, but we don't play that one very much, okay? So anyway, all we're concentrating on is these four. So we're essentially going to walk up A, yeah, and when I'm playing these strings here, remember I've removed the fifth, which is on the D string, and I'm playing on the fourth and fifth strings, the G and the A strings, right? So we've got our first and our third. We walk it up a step. Doesn't sound very good, does it? No, remember the second is a minor, so I have to put it a semitone down. I have to move them from the high string that I'm fingering, half a tone down. Yeah, so it becomes, I play on the third. So, and it's different to the D shape, because that was like this, remember? It had a semitone difference, a whole tone step there. And that's because of this pesky G string that we all hate. Yeah? We have to drop it down one, so. Yeah, so we're just walking up. So we're walking up A, B minor, C sharp minor, D. And just to check, look, there's your D. Yeah, so. I like that little wobble a half tone up. Brings it in. So the way that's useful is because you can start doing different plays on tones when you're starting to play between scales. So if I go from A, for example, to D, I can go, and I can walk straight down. Excuse my mess there. Let's do it slowly. So instead of doing this, it's nice, but it's a bit boring, yeah? I can do this. For example, yeah? Absolutely, that's all it is. That's all you can, but there's other things you could do, because you can mix it with different shapes, for example. Now, so I go to AD. So I'm going from a D to A. But I can go. And I can go. You see how you can mix them all in together. Anyway, that's how you do on the A string. Remember, there's a little trick that the B string gets in the way. songs I was saying afterwards, you can still play them. So Brown Eyed Girl would still be, yeah, and the other one was, well, I like doing that way. So I like, but it sounds a little bit bluesy because I like a bit of the blues sound in what I play sometimes. Bring it in. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you found that useful. Hope that's enlightening in a couple of bits of key areas. And I hope you try it, practice it. And next one's the E one, and then that's a little C. Done. Catch you later.